When Claude Riley arrived at A&M from Crockett, Texas, he was joining some pretty good company.
When Claude, decided to join us, we already had Vernon Smith, Ren Wright, Rudy Woods. Those guys was considered to be the wall. When Claude came along, since 1979, there was a group called Pink Floyd that had a song called Another Brick in the Wall. So Claude became another brick in the wall.
But that term wouldn't stick. The wall graduated. Riley started to make a name for himself.
And we say, okay, it's gonna be the Rifleman. And so that didn't try to match it up with Riley. So then we came back and he said, well, the Rocket. And say, okay, we got the Crockett Rocket. Claude Riley, the Crockett Rocket.
Aggie Land has known him as such since. After he was on the Southwest Conference's all-freshman team in 1980, he notched all-league honors in 1982 and 83. He set the school record for rebounds in a season in 82 and is still today in A&M's top 10 in career points and rebounds. But he left a lasting impression that goes beyond statistics.
More than anything, it's all about a young man that basically did his best, gave A&M his best, while he was here. And he still, if you see him today, he's the kind of person that you'd like to be around.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Crockett Rocket, Hall of Fame inductee, Claude Riley.
Wow. Definitely feel good to be here. I came to Texas A&M, I was 18 years old. I'm standing here today by the grace of God. That's who I give my thanks to. I'm 58. I think that's about 40 years. And I'm feeling pretty good. I've been feeling pretty good about being selected to be in the Texas A&M Athletic Hall of Fame. That just sounds so good to me, And Barry Davis is my friend. When he became my coach, but he was my mentor. Barry Davis was always there. I remember the first time that he came to my house. He stepped up on my porch. I heard the footsteps, but I'm just chilling, But I heard the knock. I came to the door. I saw this tall brother looking me straight in my eyes, saying, Claude Riley? I said, yes. He said, my name is Barry Davis, baby, and I want to introduce you to Texas A&M, and I want to talk about the school. I want to talk about the players. Then we're going to talk about the coaches. I said, well, all right then, let me step out. I stepped on out, and we sit on a porch. My house was an old shotgun house, had a porch on it. Some people called it a garage. You're a little older than me. But me and Barry sit out there and enjoyed each other. And he really did convince me to come to A&M by just being the person that he was. Then I seen a game after that. I seen A&M whoop on Arkansas Razorbacks. It was a team like David Britton, David Goff, Rudy Woods, Vernon Smith, Ren Wright. You start calling their names like that, who wouldn't play with a group like that? So I started thinking about it. I said, man, if I could play me 2 or 3 years with those guys, I can't do nothing but get better. Lo and behold, I started using my skills my mama did when she took me to church. I started praying. I started praying for that scholarship. I gotta get it. And I started praying, then I started having faith in what I was praying about. Then I started thinking a little bit more about the faith. I said, but I learned in church that faith without work is dead. So I knew then I also had to go to work. So I started, working out, going to the gym, WM Henry Gym was a gym in my local hometown, Crockett, Texas. I started working out every day. Lo and behold, Barry Davis came again. He said, what you gonna do? I said, I'm signing, baby. I'm signing with Texas A&M. And when I signed with Texas A&M, that was the greatest day of my life, other than winning the 1980 Southwest Conference champs with them same guys that I knew that if I played with them 1, 2, 3 years, I couldn't miss it. I signed it. I started practicing with Rudy Woods, big Rudy Woods, David Britton, David Goff was a point guard that never missed, never made a mistake, Vernon Smith, Ren Wright. I knew then we were gonna make it, and we did. All the Southwest Conference coaches wanted me, but I said, I'm going to Aggieland. It's something about when I came down for the visit that this is where I needed to be, and I'm so glad that I did. And before I started going a little bit further into that, I want to recognize some people. Barry Davis, like I said, he stood there with me. There he is over there. Raise your hand, Barry. Barry Davis was there, and he gave me the guidelines that I needed to stay within. Because he said he had faith in me. He wasn't worried about anything. The rest of it came from me. But my mom and dad, we was from the country, Crockett, Texas, small town, 7,000 people. But they kept me in a right path to where that I couldn't stray away and mess up that opportunity to get that scholarship. So I let my Christianity guide me and kept me from peer pressure, running with the wrong game that could have messed that up. So I stayed on the right track. And right now, A&M put into me pride. That's what I still have in me. What I learned from Texas A&M was pride. Pride comes with some components of professionalism, where you lead by leadership, and you got respect, to where you respect people with dignity, fairness, and understanding. You got integrity, where integrity is where that you want somebody to trust you. You want your coaches, you want your players to trust you when they give you that duty to go out and do your best. They give you the duty of being a co-captain with Rudy Woods is what I had. So I accepted that duty because I wanted the player to follow me because I knew I was a true leader. You have excellence. That's where you have motivation, self-improvement, where you become better. You strive to become better. But that pride that A&M gave me to be an Aggie, that's why I stood up tall like I'm standing right now, 6'10", 260 pounds. I don't know if I look good or not, but I be thinking I do, I know my wife like it. My wife, raise your hand there. And that pride was so special for me that I was able to pass that on to my kids to make them smile about their father. I got some of them with me right now. No, I got a lot of them. I got some of them with me right now. I got my son, Chris Riley. I got my daughter, Kiara Riley. I got Christopher. They all are here to support their daddy. And when I told them that I was selected to be in the Hall of Fame, if you could just hear the joy that I heard from my children because they were so proud, it made me proud. And I said, that's what your daddy was doing that made them Aggies yell, stood up, pat their hand. So I want to say thank you, Texas A&M, for being so good to me. And I heard someone speak about family. That's what it was to me, a family. And I wanted my family to be proud of me. So I followed the guidelines of Texas A&M. We became winners. We made mistakes, but we knew how to correct the mistakes. Coach Shelby Metcalf gave me guidelines. And his wife was my best friend. His daughter Shelly was right there. She was like a sister to everybody. When we won and we were down and out, she always come around. It's gonna be all right there, Claude. We got some more games to whoop on, you know what I'm saying? So it was always a great family. And I want to thank you, Texas A&M, where that I can go places to the grocery store because it helped develop a nickname I had was the Cracker Rocket. I can go somewhere in HEB, Walmart, and somebody yell out, Cracker Rocket. I'm over there trying to choose me some apples or some oranges. I love bananas too. And it scared me. I said, hey, yo, yeah. I said, yeah, I'm Claude Riley. He said, yeah, man, I love you as the Cracker Rocket. I remember you, man. You had that outside jump shot, you know, or sometime I'll be walking in the park. Somebody say, hey, Cracker Rocket. I like, hey, yeah, that's Cracker Rocket. I said, man, you remember that? That was like, that was 30 years ago. He said, man, can't nobody forget you. You made us feel so good to come to G. Riley White. Woo! And play basketball, you gave us the greatest thrill. So I want to say to the Letterman's Association, I thank you for letting me excel in this pride that Texas A&M gave me and selected. Somebody had to think about that name, Claude Riley, and somebody voted on that name and said, he the man. This is my time. And I thank you, Texas A&M, I thank you.